Hey guys, Katie here, a little early in the morning here for you, just before coffee, but that's okay, right? Right? Have you had your coffee yet?
I did. Well, Monster, but
same
besides
thing.
the point.
So today I'm here with JD, our
Hi.
new build ninja,
Yes.
because on our team we've realized that you can't be a total and complete 100% expert in absolutely everything. So, well, what we've done is we have some experts in a bunch of different things on our team, and then that way we can draw from their experience. So, we are here sitting with our new build expert.
Yeah.
She truly is an absolute ninja. I swear she knows everything there is to know about new builds. Is that true?
Yes, I can talk new builds until I'm blue in the face, so
She really
bring
can.
it. I like it. It's fun.
It is, and she does a great job with it. So she's going to share with us 5 tips about things that you need to know about buying new here in the Phoenix area. So what is our first tip?
Neighborhood. That's probably the biggest thing for a lot of people. It's very important to scope out your surroundings and your school options and stuff like that. Also amenities, like do you want a pool, lots of activities and stuff like that, or do you just want a basic neighborhood? One of the things we did back in 2006 was we found a community, and then we didn't realize what was around it. So that was a big mistake. So I recommend driving around and checking out what's around there. Go back day and night.
Good point, because things could be a lot different at night or during the day, or traffic could be different, or
sure.
noise and things like that.
Right, like you might, like our house backs up to the neighborhood road. What if that's going to be like a major road in the future? You don't know what it'll be like. So
do your research.
do your research.
Talk
go
to
back
neighbors.
rush hour time, stuff like that. Talk to moms. Mom Nation is the best.
Yes.
The best resource.
MomNationAZ.com.
I think we actually did that with Eastmark. Actually, a mom in the group told us about Eastmark, so
Interesting.
I'm forever in debt to her.
Right, and then you fell in love with it, became an expert,
did.
and here we are today,
I know, and now we have a ton of moms moving there, so
which is cool.
party time.
Princess Row.
Right. Second tip is your lot selection. A lot of people get excited. They're like, oh my god, that lot's available, I want it. But some things you want to think about are like our house, we back up to the neighborhood road. It will probably become Warner Road in the future, but that was okay because we didn't want a house behind us,
Right.
and we're across from the park.
Right.
So it's something we talked about, but some people, they don't like noise, so you got to think about that. And also the placement too. If you're east-west facing, let's say your living room's on the back of your house, it's gonna get hot.
Right.
So you got to think about if you want that sun coming in, you're trying to watch movies or something like that.
Right.
Lots
No,
of stuff
that's a
to
good
think
point.
about.
Lot
Let's
situation is everything, and then there's there's costs to certain lot, like as far as size,
Yes.
or if it's on a corner, or if it's in a cul-de-sac, right?
Yes, we're gonna get to that.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm skipping ahead.
She's ahead of the game.
Fine.
Oh, who's on? Oh, hey, Amanda. I saw Crystal too. Okay, so number 3, saving marriages, and this goes for resales too, actually.
Dun, dun, dun. It is kind of difficult to buy a house when you're married to somebody else sometimes.
All the time. pretty
So,
much. So
our tips are...
my tip is to get on the same page. The house we actually almost built, it was a 2-story, it was kind of skinny, different style of house, and I was excited about it because I grew up in a townhouse, so I don't really care. But my husband, he really didn't want that house. Luckily, thanks to the Moms Group Home Tour, we found our model, and we were so happy. But I could see that getting in the way of us in the future, should we have gone through with that house.
Right, so sit down and basically write out your wants and needs.
Yes. Talk about your wants and needs. Do you want a 2-story, a 1-story? Think about the long term. If you're going to live there, you may not want to do stairs. I don't want to do stairs.
Or maybe it's going to become a rental, and that kind of stuff doesn't matter, and you're looking at more of a cost-effective build.
Right.
So it just really depends on what your grand scheme is and what your big plan is.
Think about if you want a pool in the future too. We chose a smaller lot because we're totally fine with putting a hot tub and then going to the community pool. But think about if you want to build a pool later on your lot size and stuff like that. The biggest thing is create a budget. A lot of people think, okay, a house starts at, let's say, $300,000, that they're going to get it for $300,000. On a new build, that's
Not
most
the case.
likely not going to happen.
No.
It's kind of like, like when they they advertise like a car, really nice car for $199 a month. It's not one.
It's not really the truth.
You gotta look into all that stuff, and we'll talk about that. What we do is talk to the builder about what's standard and what's not. I usually try to get us into one that has more standard features, so that we can see the difference, because the models are super pretty.
Great point. Great point. So you walk through the model and you're like, oh, my house is going to look like this.
No. So it's good to kind of get back on a more realistic level.
Right. And staying within that budget that you create and agree upon, because that's going to cause fights too.
Right.
Depending on who the spender is and who the thrifty one is.
Yes. One of the things our builder did, which is really cool, is they let you into the design center early.
Nice.
So even before we signed our contract, we went there, they gave us all the pricing, and I created a spreadsheet. Now you're going to want to give yourself a little bit of leeway, maybe like $5,000 or something. But that made it so much less stressful going into the design center, knowing what things cost.
Right.
There are some builders, and I won't name names. Hey! There's some builders, I won't name names, they will not release that pricing to you. And people have come out of the design center crying.
And
So we don't
divorced.
Divorced.
And not
Or
buying a home.
Not getting the flooring that they wanted, that the sales agent didn't know cost like $20,000 or whatever.
Right. And then you could potentially lose your deposit at that point, right?
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a couple grand there or whatever it is.
Right. So yeah, highly recommend trying to go to the design center. Some builders do like open house kind of thing, which is really helpful. Tip number 4, upgrades to do now versus later.
This is a great one. I love this one because people get really sucked in at the design center.
I've seen actually houses close in our section that are like $50,000 to $75,000 more than what we closed at.
Wow.
Because they went way out, like on their upgrade. So,
and resale tip here, you don't want to be the most expensive house on the block.
no, because then when you go to sell it, it might not appraise.
Right. And it's just bad resale to be the most expensive house and the most highly upgraded house on the block, because you're never going to get your money out of it.
Yeah, especially because some builders actually don't include anything standard, and some include
A lot of
tons
stuff. Yeah.
So there could be a huge swing. And a buyer, they see your house for like $350 and another one for $300. They're gonna be like, what?
Right.
Why? So to save some money, one of the things we did was we went to Lowe's before going to the design center, priced out some of the things we liked. So our faucet in our kitchen, it was a $550 upgrade, I think, with the builder.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. So you think about it, you're paying interest on that for 30 years. Maybe $2.50 a month, but $250 times how many is going to add up into your payments. So what we did was we waited for the Lowe's coupon, 10% off that you get.
Very
when you
nice.
move. Bought a really nice one for $200.
Nice. Perfect. And then bada boom, it's done.
Done.
And you're not paying for that for the next 30 years. Great
Right.
point, JD.
Things that I do suggest though, structural upgrades. I'd probably do those now.
I agree. Like putting the framing in for a service door in the garage, even
Oh my god.
if
Yes.
she likes that
I
one.
freaking hate. Okay, so those are like the most expensive necessary evil that we've come across. We flipped out actually. We're like $1,600 for a freaking door, but you're gonna be so mad if you don't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I
service
agree.
doors, like let's say they offer extended covered patios. That
Yep.
might be something you want later.
Those are good ones. And that's all good resale tips too, guys, because when you're going in and you're building a home, you got to think about the exit strategy and when you leave the home, because eventually you will. Even if you think, no, this is the last home I'm ever going to buy and they're going to like pull me out of here in my casket. No, that never happens, right, JD?
Right. I'm gonna move into a place where Candace works. Old people like resort, you know. But until then, I'm not. But
She
still.
says that now, so we have this on record, people, and watch in like 3 years she'll be like, so I'm building another house.
What else?
So the structural things, yeah, we
Structural
talked
things,
about
like
that.
if you, let's say if it's a 3-bedroom with a den, doing a 4th bedroom is really good for resale.
Yeah, throwing
You
a
might wanna
closet
do
in
that.
there.
I mean, closets aren't that hard, but or let's say they have like a powder room option. You want another bathroom because your kid's bathroom is a mess, or my bathroom's a mess. I don't know.
Someone's bathroom.
Or a guest suite option. Those are huge now.
You know what? That's funny that you say that, because I actually had 2 conversations with 2 new buyers yesterday that called me, and both of them wanted a guest suite, mother-in-law type setup. Both of them.
It's really common. I
Yeah.
like having my mom around.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you want to have another family member live with you, or maybe, you know, you have an older child, you know, college
Teen
age
room.
or something like that.
Get him out of your hair, go up and guess what?
Exactly. Although my son's never moving. He's going to live with me forever.
Right. And never get married, right?
That's right, ever. What is going on? Crazy.
The Idea Museum is hopping today.
Oh.
I want to go.
Yeah, right? So our fifth tip,
Fifth
fifth
tip.
and final.
Shop lenders. We obviously love Ryan Gilliam. He's the best.
Waterstone
Everyone
Mortgage.
needs a Ryan.
Yes,
Um,
in their life.
Builders do typically offer incentives, though, for closing costs and upgrades and stuff like that. But they're not free.
Right. They're not free.
They're not free. So you got to look at interest rates.
Mm-hmm.
We just had one recently where they did the builders thing, and it was cool, but the interest rate was 5%,
Right.
which is, what, half a point higher. So
And
a
that's what
couple-
you're paying monthly.
Yeah.
Origination fee, too.
Yes. So some lenders charge more for their closing costs. So even though they're giving you, let's say, $4,000 or $5,000, you might still have to pay on top of that.
Right.
So you just want to, I would talk to Ryan and the builder's lender just to get a feel for both of them, and then make a wise decision from there.
Yeah, and just get it all in writing and put it, you know, side by side and go from there.
For show.
So, but wait, there's one more bonus tip.
What's that? If you're looking to build new, don't go in without a buyer's agent. It actually doesn't cost you anything. We actually have a coupon that will give
We'll
you
take money off
yeah,
of your build.
They won't give you a better deal if you go by yourself.
Exactly.
So it's better to have someone
So
look out
let's
for you.
recap this. Get somebody who knows what they're doing and has done it umpteen times. Okay? It doesn't cost you anything, and you're not going to get a better deal with the builder if you don't. Another thing too is JD has awesome tools that, just like the website that I posted above on this post, we have tools that you can use to find the perfect build. So you don't have to go out driving around on a Saturday hoping that you stumble upon the perfect community or the perfect builder or whatever. You can actually do a lot of research online. Come on, guys, it's 2018. Let's use our
I
tools
can
here.
put that form too. I have a form where you can fill out what your wants, needs, like a profile of you, and then I can go and find
It's like a newbuildmatch.com,
new build matchmaker.
which I think is super cute. But anyways, huge point. Yeah, we're making a joke about it, but honestly, if you go into it blindly without somebody guiding you that has done it before, when in your life have you done that? Done something yourself? Maybe you changed your oil yourself and it ended up being a disaster or something. I mean, that's just an example, but think about
Represented
it.
yourself in court.
No.
We've
We've had a few people that have done that, and that's gone badly. But anyway, there's a reason why professionals exist. Use it to your advantage, guys, especially, you know, going through all of these tips that we went through. How do you know what is the best home to build for resale value? How do you know that?
Oh yeah, we just had one too also that they're closing next week. We got $10,000 off the price
Nice.
for the new build, and it appraised $10,000 higher.
So he's walking into it with $10,000 in equity right now. When do you ever hear about that on a new build? Never, ever.
No.
What's your number?
480-707-7554.
Awesome. And you're text friendly.
Text friendly, Facebook friendly,
Smoke signal friendly.
Yeah, whatever.
She's good.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Happy Friday. Have a wonderful
Friday.
weekend. Bye.
Bye.